All my fellas, 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 all my fellas.
The Persona franchise has been around for almost 30 years, with 5 mainline JRPG games released. Persona 1 was released in 1996. Okay, look, no one cares, move on.
Don't you tell!
Persona 5 Royal is the perfect remaster of its original predecessor, a game that somehow makes turn-based battle fights actually enjoyable. But how did Atlus achieve this?
Oh, I don't know.
I picked up Persona 5 during an eventful time in my life, and immediately fell in love with it. So much so to the point where I've played it a total of 6 times across both versions. So with that, I feel confident enough to successfully recommend the game in only 10 seconds.
Your mother! Oh my fucking god, I finally fucking did it, holy shit!
Persona 5's main theme is revealing the immorality that surrounds society in Japan, specifically how corrupt adults influence and impact others through their selfish desires. We play as the silent protagonist named Philip Banks, a teenage boy with a criminal record, something we got from trying to protect a woman from being taken advantage of. Now you're forced to move to Tokyo on probation for a crime you didn't commit. You're the new guy in town, which means no money, no friends, and a school that is against you from the start. But it's not all bad. For starters, our new guardian has one of the sexiest voices of our generation. Seriously, just take some time to listen to some of these voice lines.
I'm Sojiro Sakura. Let me explain. Ah, you're back.
And on top of that, there's a new iPhone update that allows you to delve into the cognitive world of reality. Huh. Wonder if I can still watch YouTube on this thing.
Hello everybody, my name is...
Being on probation, your goal is to not get into any trouble and attend classes regularly. Shouldn't be too hard, right?
A few moments later.
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
Okay, I will do my very best to explain this. This world is filled with terrible people, with some having real cognitive manifestations of themselves and their immoral desires. This results in a cognitive location they reside in, referred to as palaces, a treasure that symbolizes the nucleus of their evil desires, and themselves. The first boss, Kamoshida, is a perfect example of this. He views himself as the king of this school, due to how his basketball team brings in most of the school's revenue, generating himself immense control in the hierarchy. Because of this, he does a lot of very not nice things to people. An example, you ask? But because of our newly bought iPhone 12 mini, we are able to infiltrate these palaces and fight against shadows. Shadows being the visual representations of the palace owner's immorality. And how do we do this? Okay, so imagine stands, but with a Pokemon battle system. I know, a very bare bones explanation, but seriously. Persona 5 somehow turns a game mechanic established in games like this, to this. You see this? Aesthetic wise, I could not ask for anything more in a video game. But get this, there's more. Persona 5 is separated into 2 contrasting gameplays that heavily interlink. In the real world, you go about your typical high school life in a visual novel format. You study, work part-time jobs, and build close relationships with friends and so much more. And of course, being at university, I know everything there is to know about having friends and getting along and just...
Patrick, shut the fuck up and turn the fucking camera off.
Whilst in the metaverse cognitive world, you can venture through palaces to change society, with your SP bar holding a limit on how much you can complete in one day. However, Persona 5 illustrates a unique game mechanic of interlinking these 2 gameplays. Simply put, what you do in real life affects the cognitive world. So pursuing love in the real world can make your party members more powerful, spending time with boring fucking characters can increase the amount of XP you receive, and receiving therapy will do absolutely nothing. Persona 5 extinguishes the sluggish gameplay of constant battles with this experimental gameplay that is, quite frankly, fucking brilliant. Another thing, Persona does not allow you to do everything it has to offer. The narrative of the game gives you limited time with no post-game exploration, meaning that you need to make methodical use of what you're putting your time and energy into. Now, you can argue that, well, the game's limitations will reduce the amount of enjoyment a player has, but I actually disagree. You fucking piece of shit. Having a set amount of time to build relationships with others, explore the city of Tokyo, and complete each palace creates a certain personal and unique experience each player has. And with these gameplay pillars in place, Persona 5 Royal gives plenty of palaces and new party members to become accustomed to, offering a near 100-hour experience of pure excellence.
Wait, I'm sorry, what do you mean 100 hours?
Okay, you knew this part of the video essay was coming. What? No.
I mean, if you want to sponsor me, I'm not gonna complain.
That's right. It's time to get up close and personal with Persona 5's mechanics. We might as well start with the turn-based battle aspect of this game. After roaming around the palace and eventually coming across a shadow, you will engage in a battle with a maximum of 4 party members. And whilst your friends are limited on their weaknesses and strengths, Joker is... oh, what's the word? Okay, so in the process of editing, I realized I forgot to mention kind of a crucial detail. During the fight, the battle will end when Joker is killed, regardless of other party members' conditions, which seemingly makes up for Joker being so overly broken in Persona 5 Royal. That's all I wanted to add, and let's get back to the video. So to go quickly back to the story, you're given the full tarot card by some despicable man, if you will. Basically, what this means is, Joker can either kill a shadow, or instead decide to... This results in Joker having a seamlessly limitless range of personas he can utilize in battle, meaning Arsene is pretty much useless. Okay, anyway, Persona 5 encourages the player to take advantage of enemies' weaknesses to knock them down, or to utilize a powerful technical attack, similar to Pokemon's super effective system. However, after knocking down an enemy, you're given the opportunity to take another turn with that character.
And not the one. Tell him to bring out the persona!
With this, you can either attack again, or perform a baton pass, giving your teammate increased damage upon their next move as you swap to them. This system makes fights so much more fluid than the strict your turn my turn shenanigans featured in most games. And with this system comes an entire weakness system to learn. Fire is effective against ice.
Look, I'm not gonna sit here and explain how it works. If you want to know, go fucking look it up.
And if you knock down all the enemies... Have I talked about how much I love this, by any chance? A similar mechanic is introduced later referred to as Showtime events, multiplying the amount of style contained within these battles. They're overpowered, and to be honest, I'm kinda confused how their strength scale made it into the final product, but whatever. And finally, there's the jail system. Joker is able to fuse together personas he owns to create new and stronger personas. Don't get any ideas. The palaces themselves are quite easy to understand. As previously mentioned, your SP will limit your progress achieved each day. Safe rooms, as they are named, are scattered throughout each of the palace routes, allocating the player a chance to save and exit the palace with all their gained experience and items. If you don't make it to a safe room and you die, tough shit. And on top of that, if you don't complete the palace within your allocated amount of time... And how exactly does real life tie into this? As mentioned earlier, building stronger connections with your party members over time will enhance your bonds, leading to an increase of your confidence ranks. This can lead to party members interrupting fights to knock down enemies, taking a blow for Joker that can end the entire fight, and making grinding XP so fucking easy, holy shit. Your friends aren't that easy to level up, and that's where we introduce the stats wheel. You start all the way at the bottom of the tier list with your stats. Want to help Anne overcome her depression state? Go work at the flower shop. You'll become a much kinder person, trust me. Want to help a politician legalize drunk driving? Nah, gotta be more proficient, buddy. Want to become... And all of this ties into Persona's limited time of day, afternoon, and night. You have to manage your time carefully in order to spend time with characters you actually like, to then utilize them in battles way stronger than before. When you level up confidence, you'll notice that each person is assigned to a specific tarot card. This heavily correlates to the jail system in a way that makes Joker even more overpowered than before. Okay, example. Let's say you spend 1,000 hours with Ryuji. Since he is assigned to the chariot card, if you make a new persona matching with that card, your persona becomes like super duper powerful and it's like really cool, I think. And because of all of that, tying it all together, Persona 5 Royal, in my opinion, does not have any downtime. Well, except, I know I've talked extensively about the game's mechanics and how they work, and I've mentioned this a bit before, but Persona 5's aesthetic plays heavily into making the game enjoyable. It's the same reason I enjoy JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Take big, powerful, sweaty men at a television show, I probably wouldn't watch that. But, if you add an aesthetic... The music in this game
Who am I fucking kidding? Just play the fuck. Okay, so I've sprinkled a few spoilers throughout the video, but I'm going to dedicate an entire section to ranking all the palaces in a tier list. So, spoiler warning, if you don't want any spoilers, please click off. If you're still here, I don't give a shit. So, C tier isn't bad, but it's like, it's alright, it's the best way to put it. At the bottom of the tier list, we've got Okumura. Now, it's a pretty popular opinion amongst fans that Okumura's palace drags a lot and is seemingly too long. I think they definitely improved it in the remaster, but not enough to be higher on the tier list. And joining Okumura in C tier is Vitaba's palace. Yes, I'm putting it in C tier, fuck you. And now we move up to B tier. Madarame is a very good follow-up to the first palace, uniquely designed with a great boss fight that conditions the player to fully take advantage of the weakness system. The Mementos palace, in my opinion, is a good ride, full of hard boss fights with a knockout final boss. I think the only thing that drags about it is the beginning part of the palace, but the color palettes are fucking awesome, so there's that. And here we have the only palace in A tier. Simply put, Konoshira's palace is amazing, and its soundtrack is... Alright, buckle up, because we're going into S tier. These 4 palaces, I mean, holy shit, talk about perfection. Patrick, if you could put the Homelander perfect meme on screen, that'd be great. Please. Hello? I know I'm placing some palaces in S tier and some in C, but you've got to understand, every single palace in Persona 5 is great. Like, bottom line, I enjoy every single one of them. And I feel as though it wouldn't be right to finish the video yet, before addressing the elephant in the room. Billy Kametz, the voice actor for Maruki in Persona 5 Royal, was diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer in February of 2022, announcing to the public 10 weeks later in April. Tragically, however, Kametz would pass away at the age of 35 in the Milton Hershey Medical Center in Pennsylvania on June 9, 2022. Kametz had an immense impact on the voice actor industry, with his phenomenal performances featured in most of my favourite media to date. I didn't know whether to talk about this in a video where the tone is always lighthearted, but I really need to emphasize the brilliance of Kametz that allowed my favourite game to blossom into something I will hold with me for my entire life. If you can take anything away from this, it's that the impact of passionate artists should never be overlooked, and that Kametz's work will be cemented in media for eternity. So, thank you, Kametz. Thank you so much. And thank you for watching the video. I've re-scripted and tried to make this video in so many different styles so many times that it's never seen the light of day, but it's finally out and I'm finally happy to be making content again. Huge shout out to Relax Alex's old Persona 5 video. Please go watch his stuff, I can't recommend it enough. And I guess this is the part of the video where I say, and that's how Persona 5 stole my heart, it will steal yours too! But no, I'm tired, I'm gonna go to sleep. And the next video will probably be out in January, so... Alright, thank you, and bye-bye.